Okay, in this class we'll be just discussing about what are the case studies you are using in the front end and the back end. That's the major aspect what we are going to see in this class. It's not about the class, it's a session. I'm just going to invite some of you people to just discuss about what's the front end you have used and what's the back end you have used. The case study you should be considering while explaining about your front end and the back end is what makes you to choose that front end, and what's the case study and what are the cases you have considered while choosing the back end, and what are the cases considered you are choosing while you are choosing the front end, and of course the connectivity between front end and the back end. Okay, now suppose if you are going to explain about your front end and back end, you have to together explain about front end and back end, not about the isolated front end, not about the isolated back end. I think I made my point very clear. I am just inviting you some people to share your case study on the front end and the back end.
So we are presenting our project. Name is Smart Face Recognition in Attendance System. So this system will be replace the call roll. Actually, this app will be change the attendance. This system will replace the traditional call roll. Actually, what is the website is student will scan the camera, and automatically the system will detect the attendance. At that time, what the timetable is, that subject will be marked as attendance. So let's see what the technology is behind it. So I introduce Danish.
So myself, I'm Danish. I'll be talking about the front end and camera integration. The tech stack we have used for the development is HTML, CSS and vanilla JavaScript. So our interface is very responsive and user friendly. We have used the main feature we have used is web RTC, which helps capture the live image and send it back for an API request.
So when it comes to the backend and the database, the main core language we have used is Python. We have used as Python fast API as the backend, and like when the face is recognized using the front end, the API sends the front end API sends the request to fast API. Like AI is fast API, the fast API will be sending the request to the AI recognition model that we have built using OpenCV and face recognition system. When it comes to the face recognition, OpenCV, it will extract the face embeddings and numerical codes, and it will compare the database of PostgreSQL, which is made using PostgreSQL. It will compare the database, and if it is a match, it will mark as an attendance, and it will store in the database. So this is how the backend is made. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Aditya. I am going to tell about the workflow or data flow of our website. So I am using the
It's just an excuse. Like suppose if you are explaining about the front end and the back end, if you are explaining about the connectivity, you can go with the workflow. Suppose consider that a user is coming in and around the front end, and the front end is just prompting with something, and if he is entering, what's the workflow from the front end and to the back end. Of course, front end gets the information, and of course back end stores the information. I need the workflow just from the starting phase to the ending phase. That's just single line or single moment. Start.
So I am using the node for showing using it. Our average starting student camera will happen in front end. Through the fast API package, it will come to the face. It will embed the face to recognize the face. Through the database PostgreSQL, it will analyze the face and respond to the front end. If the student is exit log on or attendance is marked on, this is a random flow, and we have used pandas for data analytics and data analytics.
So when it comes to summary, we will just summarize a short form. this particular project is about just change the complete normal traditional attendance system into like smart attendance system. We have built this particular app. On the front end, we have used HTML, CSS, and vanilla JavaScript, which will send the particular HTTP request to the backend. On the backend, the core language is Python, and we have used the Python fast API as the backend, and it will send the particular face to the AI recognition module system, which is built using OpenCV and face recognition. It will just extract the face embeddings and compare it with the database of PostgreSQL. If the particular data is already existed, it will respond to the front end as marked reference. So this is our app. Thank you.